We're going to do Wally of the Week, but first we'll go... Actually, this one fits in with Wally of the Week. We're going to show you a bit of footage from Sky News UK. Now, I know the number of times I get stopped by people saying, what is it with your UK branch? Why are they so woke? And always explain Sky UK has nothing to do with this station here. So we're going to have a good laugh at them instead. Have a look at this bloke with the helmet, but listen to what another person who comes up to him says. This is following on from what James was talking about with the Belfast beheading, and there were some riots and things happened and burnings and things, and the Sky UK reporter turned up to do this and was more focused on that than the actual beheading. Have a listen.
A barrage of missiles being thrown over these police lines towards us, and it is very tense. It's a standoff now as they try to push them away from here. There is a property not too far from here that's previously been the site of protests around it being used as a hotel to try to make sure that those protests...
And that somebody tried to gouge his eyes out.
Just bear with us, just 1 second. We're just trying...
You're reporting on why Northern Ireland is erupting because they are fed up with the likes of Sinn Féin inviting undocumented men into their country. Why are you wearing a crash helmet? Get down the front and be brave.
Yeah, you can just appreciate Thomas being accosted there, someone not wanting to give their views. We'll come back to Tom in a minute and obviously keep an eye on that situation with the water cannon.
So everything in that tells you everything about the woke media. First of all, he's wearing a crash helmet. Everybody else is wandering around quite happy. But anyway, that aside, if you listen to what that woman was saying, she was saying, why are you reporting on this when you would not report on the fact that there was a beheading by, an alleged beheading, alleged migrant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's the public saying, why aren't you telling us about this?
Well, yeah, thank God he was wearing a crash helmet there, because that lady accosting him with mean words. I mean, they're waking up in Ireland, finally. It's taken a long time, but they're finally seeing that the media is not on their side, that the media does not represent their interests. And when you try to bury these issues, this is what happens. It goes too far. Then you start having houses set on fire and buses set on fire. If you don't actually address the real and very reasonable concerns of your citizens, they react like this. And after subjecting them to what you've subjected them to, you can't be shocked by now.
Well, I mean, putting aside the ridiculousness of that reporter there in his stack hat, being this sort of Ralph Wiggum of the media here, I did a journalism. That is a great example of why so many people hold, sadly, the profession of journalism in so much contempt, because, of course, that lady was completely right to call out the fact that he wasn't reporting on, the fact that somebody, as I said before, the real outrage is somebody tried to behead somebody on a street, okay?
Exactly.
Like, that's the problem. If you're angry about the footage of that, you've got bigger issues that I can't quite help you with because I don't have a degree in psychiatry, and I can't prescribe. But there's also something really interesting too about why this happened in Belfast. Not the crime, because we see these crimes all over Europe, sadly, constantly, every week, every day. You see, a car that suddenly loses control of itself and drives into a crowd, that sort of thing. But what is really interesting, Belfast, Northern Ireland, that is one place in Europe that has not succumbed to the post-war liberal idea that your nation is bad, ethnicity is bad, celebrating your own ethnicity is bad, celebrating your religion, your tribe is bad. History has felt very differently there because they've had the troubles, and they've had 1,000 years, hundreds of years of history of Catholic and Protestant conflict, and the fact that that a place where people still believe in who they are is the fact that we now see them saying, no, we are not going to just take the pat on the head and the nostrums from the political class about how we're all in this together and not sowing division. So this is why I think this is a particularly interesting case, and it also shows you just how culturally weakened the rest of Europe has become.
Well, you could contrast that with what happened to Lee Rigby in the UK, where there weren't riots after that. Here you had a soldier who was beheaded in the street, and it seemed to be, oh, well, it's a troubled person. There wasn't much reflection or much. And then you've got the grooming gang scandal. Now, if you're not going to be absolutely disgusted by your authorities, your police force, the justice system, the social services, by the grooming gang scandal, which saw over 1,000 vulnerable girls and women systematically abused.
Way more than 1,000.
Well over
hundreds
1,000.
of thousands. But anyway, we will
And
never know.
authorities didn't want to do anything because of PC considerations. And that wasn't the wake-up call. Nothing's going to wake up the UK. Maybe the Nigel Farage government will, but at this point, you almost think they're lost.
Yeah. Have we got another Wally of the week? I mean, the bloke with the helmet, he'll do, but have we got another one? Actually, you go, James.
No, you go, Ron.
Well, I've got to play him again. Did she though? Did she though? Did she though? Here we go.
You love this grab.
She says that she smashed you in the fundraising race, though. She raised more than $1 million yesterday.
Did she,
Seems like
though?
people are putting
Did she,
money
though?
into her.
Did she? What evidence is there?
Wally of the week.
Wally.
Wally of the week. Unsurpassed. Super.
Wally
Did she that?
of the
Did she that?
we can make him just Wally of the year and be done with it. But let's stick with One Nation. The Victorian Socialists were very upset that the One Nation leader was in Melbourne on Friday. Let's have a listen.
Something that mainstream politics, the mainstream media tends to get wrong about Hanson.
That she's just your average Joe.
Actually, these are very sensible policies if you're rich and powerful. Dina Maynard's not funding Hanson because she's an idiot. She wants to defend capitalism.
They've started talking about Hanson as if she's some respectable, legitimate politician. She's not a respectable, legitimate politician. She is a pro-capitalist, racist, anti-woman politician.
Racist.
Oh, I love it. I just love it. To have the socialist pretending like they speak for the mainstream, that they can determine who's legitimate and who is someone who is a credible politician. I mean, you people need professional help.
Also, these socialists here, they're like, oh, capitalism is bad, capitalism is bad. You ask any one of them what you want. Oh, we want socialism. We want all this free stuff. Who pays for the free stuff? Capitalists.
So we've got to choose our Wally of the week. It's either the socialist, the woke idiot. Actually, I've mentioned the Prime Minister already, haven't I? In one of those. That covers both of them.
They're all kind of, peas in a pod, yeah. But I
I'm
know
going
you
for
want to give it to
Albo. It's got to be
Albo,
Albo.
because you
Did she
know.
though? Did she though? We're gonna